I subcontracted everything out myself as well. So I wasn't just hiring one contractor and saying, go and do it. I feel like I kind of started that initially back, the first couple of homes I did. But I mean, you don't realize you're spending an extra 15 to 35% more by hiring a contractor versus subbing everything out yourself. So I think that's another reason why I continue to add, clients to my database, because I'll run into somebody at a football game and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I need a plumber. Yeah. Okay. Here's my plumber. I need an electrician. And if you don't have those contacts and that, that database that's readily available to you, that they can just be like, oh, I know Amy Paul. Yeah. I'll take care of you next week. It's just another level of that added value that you can bring to people that aren't even using you, to be honest. That, hopefully 4 years, 5 years down the road, those are going to be the people that remember, oh, she's always helped me along the road. I mean, a lot of newer agents think of it as very short term. How do I make a sale? How do I, and yes, obviously you need that to survive and pay your bills. But at the same time, if you are constantly adding people into your pipeline that maybe even 10 years down the road, I mean, I have people call me that, they've been getting my mailings for 10 years and I never did anything for them. And here they are. So at that point, it becomes a little added bonus.
I always tell agents, I'm like, hey, the commission, feels just as good next year as it would right now. Right. And it's a hard balance of like, yes, we all need the now business because we have the now bills. But if you are constantly always building for that future pipeline, the future becomes the now. Right. And you just have to kind of be able to navigate that stretch of time of when the future business becomes the now business. I'm curious.
Well, so many shows make, real estate out to be so glamorous. I know I'm driving, the BMW or the Mercedes, and it's like, you don't have to start there. I was driving a minivan. I don't care. I could name 3 other agents that I know that sell way more real estate than I do. They don't drive a nice car. You know what I mean? It's like they're not living over their means. They're just hard workers, and they're really, really knowledgeable about what they're doing. And that's why they continue to grow their business.
And I think too, that's where some agents are going to get caught this year, is agents aren't going to be willing to change their lifestyle to be able to survive the business. And they're going to change their business to be able to maintain the lifestyle. And then it's just going to be slow, I'll say a slow death of real estate, for them, in my opinion. But I'm curious, you mentioned something, and this just popped into my head, about especially you built your business through your sphere of influence and bringing value to the people that already know you, like you, and trust you. As agents, like, why can't you, and vendors, right? Your contractors and stuff, there's 4 seasons in the year. Every start of the next season, you should be sending out a vendor list of people that they may need during that season, right? So we're coming up on winter, right? Hey, I got a snowplow company, right? Hey, I got, you probably need, well, everyone should have their furnaces on now, but you need to have your furnace serviced, right? Here's an HVAC company. Hey, if you want someone to hang your Christmas lights, here's a company for you, right? Like, and that's value add, right? And a lot of agents struggle with how to reach out to their database, whether it's sphere of influence or internet leads, open house leads, or whatever.
Well, and I like your point that, there's so many agents that reach out and just say, hey, how you been? They're not really calling to give them anything, but it's like, hey, did you remember to unhook your hose bib? Because if it's still connected through the winter, there is a chance that it could freeze. I mean, not always, but, just to give them that little tidbit of, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm just calling to let you know, here's something I would recommend doing, versus, hey, do you have a client from me this week? Or, I haven't had a referral from you in 3 months. Where have you been? It's kind of it's more of a helpful versus a cutthroat kind of phone call. So,
I mean, like the simple stuff, right? It's like, we had our ductwork cleaned this year, and, how many people actually think about getting their ductwork cleaned, right? But you could be that connection piece, right? And show the value as to why you want to do it, right? And all of those things. One was like, hey, just curious, you may want to go up in your attic and just check before the winter months just to make sure everything still looks good. Hey, if you want someone else to do it, I have a contractor for you to do that, right? Insulation, all of those things. Like, those are ways that agents can be reaching out to the database and bringing value, and then just staying top of mind, which is ultimately the goal.